Good morning. Welcome to Samadhi, and today is March 18, 2018, and we have a special section of Samadhi. We've done videos on many things that you've been viewing, but today is the first day that we are going to do what we call the daily word, and this is to help those that may have some confusion about what the Bible says or how to interpret certain things. And Michael has been given such a gift, so we want to share that with everyone. So Michael will do the daily word today. Go ahead.
Thank you, Alice. And this is the surprise that we did a video about on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And this surprise is that we want to bring you into our home, right? We want to bring you into our home where we benefit from this on a daily basis. We read this every day. Sometimes we get so busy we forget to read it, but we continue where we left off and we read 2 words, 3 words a day. And the reason why, it's like we take vitamins for our health. Why not take mental and spiritual nutrition? So the daily word is just a daily dose of a reminding of who you are. So without further ado, if everyone can take a deep, clarifying, cleansing, energetic breath. Exhale all limitations, all perspectives, and be ready to receive. Thank you again. So without further ado, today is, oh, you already said the date.
See, this is what we do. We repeat ourselves a lot too. The fun part of this is starting our day on a positive note.
Yes.
And what helps us is that sometimes the word helps us to guide our day, or it reminds us if we have maybe offended someone or did something in our day. This kind of just helps us to recognize.
Bring us back to focus.
Yeah.
Bring us back to where the attention needs to be, because we can get distracted with all kinds of different things, but to remember our deeper truth is what's helped us transform our lives. And remember, it's not about what you hear, it's about what you feel. So connect with that center. Don't listen so much to this and this. Feel this. Because words come and go. So the word for today is... We do journal.
I know. That's the silly part of this.
Comfort. And we do have a special guest in the room.
She's just not wanting to be on camera.
Yeah, she's in the back. She's our mother. And we just love what we do and we want to share it with you, like I said. So the word for today is comfort. I bring comfort to friends, family, and all humanity. I bring comfort to friends, family, and all humanity. The dictionary defines comfort as, quote, a feeling of freedom from worry or disappointment. A feeling of freedom. A feeling of freedom from worry or disappointment, end quote. However, true comfort cannot be found through external means. That inner feeling or freedom that expresses itself outwardly through peace of mind only comes from being fully aligned with the power of spirit. It only comes from being fully aligned with the power of spirit. I feel and radiate that feeling in the face of every challenge. I feel and radiate that feeling in the face of every challenge. In my life and in the lives of others as well. It is an essential part of my spiritual purpose. It is an essential part, a necessary part of my spiritual purpose. Making choices from a centered sense of comfort is an essential part of my spiritual practice. I maintain that feeling of peace in my interactions with others, allowing it to radiate throughout the world. So you start from in and you reflect out. This is in the King James Version, and then we read the message. For those of you that don't know the message is a very profound book of an interpretation of the root language and meaning energetically and logically, like word, based on what the ancient Bible was really more interpreted as. So in the King James Version it says, even though I walk through the darkest valley, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. That's Psalms 23:4. And in the Message, it's actually the prayer. So if I could read the whole prayer.
Go for it.
Excuse me, it's Psalms 23, a David psalm. God, my shepherd, I don't need a thing. You have bedded me down in lush meadows. You find me quiet pools to drink from. True to your word, you let me catch my breath and send me in the right direction. Even when the way goes through the death valley, I'm not afraid. When you walk at my side, your trust shepherd's crook makes me feel secure. You serve me a 6-course dinner right in front of my enemies. You revive my drooping head. My cup brims with blessing. Your beauty and love chase after me every day of my life. I'm back home in the house of God, the temple, for the rest of my life. I included the temple. Now, we've actually read this before, and I want to share the things that came to me from Spirit to share with you. We need to see when this was written. This was written in a time when there was a lot of war. There was a lot of battles. There was a lot of survival. We lived to survive. We didn't live to enjoy. There's a big difference. So if you look at the time it was written, and you look at the time where we live now, really there's no, unless you're in Afghanistan or in some country that's really in that experiential dynamic, then you can identify with that. But really our most thing to survive out here is the ego. What are people going to think about me? What are people going to say about me? What do I got to say about myself? What do I think about myself? That's basically, and here's the key. There is no difference between living in a like an Afghanistan place, fearing for your life, than when you fear about what people think about you. The brain doesn't differentiate the difference of the intensity. It just fears. So when it says that even when the way goes through Death Valley, I'm not afraid. Meaning when you're in the most confusing state of mind, that's what we call fear. When you're confused about who you are. When you're in that state of fear, you got to remember who you are. That's the medication. The antidote to confusion is remembering. The antidote of separation is unity, uniting. And that's where Samadhi and what we do comes in. We unite you with who you truly are. Well, our students do the work, but we assist you with uniting with who you are. So I think that's a great word, because comfort, even the definition of comfort, is a feeling of freedom from worry or disappointment. A feeling. It's not a word you say. It's not something that you look for outside of you. It's a feeling that you tune into within yourself, and you say, there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to be disappointed about. Now, I know there's real life circumstances where it can feel like there's a reason to worry. But really, it's the worry that's keeping you from finding the solution. Because when we're in that fight or flight mode, we are not accessing the rest and repair mode that really allows us access to heal our bodies, to heal our minds, to heal our experiences. So, anything else?
Well, those that know my story, and those who've maybe seen this video for the first time and don't know who we are, you can go look at our videos on Facebook as well. But those who know my story may think, how can Alice feel comfort? How can she be so happy most of the time or all the time? Basically, the comfort comes in knowing what I know.
Yes.
Knowing that God is with me, knowing that no matter what the tribulations or how difficult the day may seem, no matter what I go through physically, emotionally, or financially, I know that God is with me. So to me, it's just confirmation. This word this morning of comfort just brings confirmation that it strengthens me. Those moments when I'm in a low point, that people from the outside may see as though Alice is in a turmoil. What's going on with Alice? If you know my story, really, I'm comforted.
It's an amazing story.
Yeah, it is.
I still, because we know what we know, I accept and I resonate with what she has come into. But the brain, it's like, how did she do it? Because if you just heard her story, and both of our stories, it's what we call a miracle that we're here, but it's really God's divine essence. It's really coming into that state, because that's we talk about healing from cancer and different diseases, but really the main one is forgetting who you are. Is separating from the truth of who you are consciously. Unconsciously, you're always there. Consciously, we separate and we forget who we truly are. So,
So find your comfort.
yes.
Find your comfort in God and know that you can do anything you set your mind to when you trust and know who stands by you and where you are.
Exactly.
So thank you for the daily word.
Thank you. And we wanted for you guys to experience what we experience on a daily basis. So we're going to be doing the daily word every day. That's our commitment to you.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what time of the day, before the day ends, we're going to do the daily word. It might not be as quiet as it is now, because
Mm-hmm.
our commitment is to do it. Now, if the environment isn't so great, because that's what and I'll personally take responsibility for this, that I excuse with, oh no, it's not quiet enough, and it's the background noise is gonna interfere. But you know what Source told me? The message, get across the message.
We've even done
Don't
the
worry
daily
about-
word on the bus.
Yeah, we did the daily word on the bus. Don't worry about the external. Focus on the profound presence of the internal and share that. So thank you, everyone. May you all have a blessed and wonderful, amazing day. And also, we're going to be doing a video on why we do the daily word. For those of you that don't read the Bible or that aren't familiar with the Bible, it is a very profound
So stay tuned.
book. Yes. Thank you. Blessings to
Ciao,
you all.
ciao.